Okay, this is. I meant to do this video, another day this week, but my insides, being what they are, has caused me to alter course a bit, so I thought I would give my belated thoughts on Pokemon Horizons episode of Mega Evolution, a three-part miniseries which shows how Roy got Mega Evolution and how Alt joined the cast, and in theory, the backstory of all of that was necessary. In practice, his execution could have used a bit more time to be fleshed out more since. I mean, it's a three-part story consisting of Roy training, being Alt strongest, and Mega Evolution bonds. And I also have similar mixed feelings towards than I did to the strongest evolution in years past, where the animation and battles I do see them through are for the most part solid, but it's it's the actual storytelling and characterization for me at least to come up short. So let's get into this and find out why. Admittedly, the mini arc does get better as each episode progresses, with the first part being probably the least. He's the second, improved from there, and the third and final part probably being the best one. So already averages out to at least 3 out of 5. I'd say a 3.5 at most. I mean, something not 4 out of 5, will say that much. And I'm also gonna be getting into who things stood out at me. It's not gonna be structured the same way as the previous videos I've done, nor the ones I have in the pipeline about the remainder of Ultimate Journeys, and looking at Horizons formally in 2026. Next main. And I also understand why the dub is moving up what they're doing for the uh, for to have these episodes be at the forefront ahead of Mega Voltage, which actually makes the story make a lot more sense, personally. Though I'm not a huge fan of the Yellow Blast, as they call it, even as a class for Pokemon, and the event DLC they gave away in the games is great. I'll admit his face when Roy beat him and became his partner got me. Even with more details revealed, I'm still not a fan of Ult and having more concerns about him going forward. What I mean, and what they do reveal about him here honestly raised more questions than they were answered. I mean, especially given his behavior towards Emma, who was nothing but nice to him. I will have to make an educated guess that his attitude towards women is rooted in something happening to his mother. I mean, personally, he I do not know about going back to Kalos before Horizon is over, but I have a feeling Emma, hopefully Looker as well, will be key to bringing down Exceed, even if her still being a kid, given how in ZA she aged 5 years since the events of X and Y at least. That's likely I'd find on the Call for Horizons being canon in the games. On that note, I don't have much towards Roy giving Emma his hat and buying himself a new coat. To me, a cosmetic change has never been the same as character progression. By that logic, that would mean each new cosmetic I get for my avatar in the games will make them more new characters. The rivals named after foods do not do much for me, like it did for others. It appears that, at least for now, my theory or hope that Master Mayonnaise was really Gurk in disguise has not come to fruition. I honestly would have preferred if they used some characters from the game in their stead. Say, like some of Kanari's followers of Dynamo, who, or at least give a hint of Team MZ. Even the new non player characters just would have sufficed. I don't know about them standing around like model figurines, but uh, I think I definitely do admittedly like how off the wall some of their dialogue is when you pass by them. It gets a little real, you know. So I do think this OVA could have used at least one more episode to flesh things out further. Say how Emma met Looker and became his own successor as a detective, for example. I'm not gonna get into too much detail about the story of ZA, but I definitely liked the investigative work that was involved in it. It definitely gave me a confidence and more Detective Pikachu stuff happening as well, personally. And in all honesty, he, he, I also hope that what I'm hearing about the Generation 10 anime going back to basics is true, who and that Horizons at least ends on a decent note at least. I don't don't know. Oh, I no longer have an exact date in mind for the end of the show anymore. But as for an exact year, 2026 just seems right for me, personally. And I still maintain this. This. If you would ask me how I would confirm what the Terror League suggests about Horizons being canon of previous anime, it would definitely be a crossover, be it a movie or an anime event miniseries. All the same, I will not be surprised if Horizons ends in 2026. Personally, some people wanted to who go on for Generation 10, if not longer, but if I'm being highly realistic, I don't see that happening. Admittedly, apart from having Lumia City as the main hub and some of the Megavolutions being present, and both the of this mini series and the game don't really have a whole lot to do with one another. I mean, I'm not saying they had to who wander through each alley collecting in in prize medals or canary or colorful screws who's who's on the scaffolds, but at least having some acknowledgement of the game would have been nice, personally. A For example, I can already tell that at the Mortal Kombat sequel that coming out with next year would have been this year, but got pushed back, is really going all in on having more game elements to them. Um, not only with Katana and having her game accurate outfit and weapons, but also oh the Revenant form of Melina is going to be bringing back her size, as well as having like the all purple outfit that she wears in the games too. It's kind of like that. And I'm also not against the idea of, say, like a miniseries OVA set in the world of Legends, like we got with Twilight Wings for Galar, Hisuian Snow for Legends Arceus, and also Paldean Winds for Scarlet and Violet, which I still maintain is honestly like a better adaptation of those games than this anime is. As that's basically been my most challenging thing whenever I talk about this. I have to maintain that I don't have any major dislike for Horizons that like some people have, but I also don't put on the same pedestal as others. There's, it's kind of strange. And like they take a lot of creative license with the video games, but also require the viewer to know a lot about how they work. I mean, it's I mean, they also do things that kids would not find, I mean, very fun, like all these bits about corporate espionage, but also have things that people my age likely would not need, like how to be safe online, fine, or or just all these things about streamers because even as someone who admittedly has no issue with Iono and now Kanari, Harry, in regards to the latter, I could totally see her live streaming in Tetris 99 or Puyo Puyo versus matches as in her place. But that's just me. I can definitely tell that there is talk of retooling the next Sonic movie in a straight up Sonic CD adaptation, and which I could definitely my way of splitting it would be like calling like Sonic 4 Crossing Dimensions, and with given how the presence of the Metal Sonic drones, the fact that what we see of Amy, her outfit, it's it's like a combination of her classic and her modern designs, albeit with the quasi Jedi robe hood she's wearing. I mean, as she smashes them with the Pico Pico hammer. I mean, and they changed the way in the trilogy that ways it makes sense. I mean, not just obvious as ones like little ones like the ones, but also oh more deep cut Easter eggs like the Sonic Hedgeman meme. Exactly. A I definitely hope. I mean, let's hope that whatever they got cooking next, I mean, next really he works out because 30th anniversary is coming, and even though I'm doing my best to keep my expectations realistic, even I know that's going to be a big honking deal, and that everyone in charge is going to do everything in their power to make it one. And I myself will be doing my part by upgrading to Switch 2. And given how, oh my, I've already logged 74 hours into this, I can have to say, hey, that the the upgrade will be worth the 10 spot. Count on that. I mean, given and how I was around this time a year ago, I knew it was either going to be talking about like a 20-year-old anime film and my perspective on it, be it CG or stop motion, or I was going to be talking about how it's some original video animation and tie it into a different franchise. And I decided just to rip this bandage off first, all things considered. And anyway, that'll be all for now, and I will see you all again soon, so seek out all Pokemon.